Hey guys! Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh, why am I... What's the point of this? Literally, like, I just like messing around. And, oh my... Much better. That thing was getting pretty stuffy. What is up everybody, Roy here, and today...
And then you're gonna get it, so no one's
What is up everybody, Roy here, and that intro is utter chaos. But today we're doing Roy Responds number 4, and I've decided to switch up the format a bit. Let me know if you like it or not. We have your guys' questions here, so let's go. Who is your favorite Undertale character? I'd have to go with Sans. He's always reminded me of me with the bad jokes and the sarcasm all the time, and ever since my first playthrough, I've just always had a real affinity for the guy, you know? What is your least favorite Zelda game? This is a tough one for me. I'm excluding CDI games because I've not played them, and also they're just so bad that they should always be excluded, but all Zelda games are so much fun, you know, and they're all really good. Even Zelda 2 I liked. I found enjoyment in that game. I never beaten it, but I don't know, I guess I'd have to go with Link's crossbow training. I didn't like the aiming system. Yeah, that's my answer. I know it's a little cheap, but that's my answer. It's Link's crossbow training. Did you draw the channel icon, that picture of you, or did someone else draw it? Me drawing. I needed that laugh. That's pretty funny. I'm a terrible artist. Terrible. Really terrible. No, in all seriousness though, an awesome guy named Oscar Dyson drew the avatar for me. We met like 3 or 4 years ago. No, 3 years ago. And he drew me the avatar, and it was actually kind of a funny story. I'll be real quick with it. I requested something like a red-headed character standing behind a vortex, you know, with Roy hair, cape, cool armor and stuff like that. And I didn't even want a hat. I thought a hat was lame, you know. And then he waits, he goes in the dark for like 5 months, and I'm just like, alright, I guess I'm not getting a new avatar. And all of a sudden he messages me, he's like, I finished it. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. Not at all what I wanted, but I didn't know I wanted it like this. It just summed up my channel perfectly, you know. And fun fact, he offered 2 options. One where the guy did have orange hair and a blue hoodie, one where he had a brown hair, which is accurate to real life, and a gray hoodie. And the other one was just freaking, it was terrible. I don't know why I even wanted orange hair and weird blue hoodie. It was pretty bad. But when I saw the other one, the one that I use now, it was so great. It sums up my character perfectly, you know. So that's the story. Have you ever played a shooting game? I mean, yes, I've played Splatoon and a ton of Overwatch, but if you're talking about first-person shooters, I've never really... I've dabbled with the genre, but I've never gotten truly into it, you know. I don't play the CODs or the Halos or the Grimsies, you know. Is that not a thing? What is your favorite Zelda dungeon? Oh, it's a tough one. So many Zelda dungeons were so good, you know. I'd have to go with the Earth Temple. Or the Spirit Temple. I mean, Arbor's Grounds was good too, and so was the Snow Peak Temple, and the Ice Cavern was actually pretty fun. It didn't have many puzzles, but it had a great sequence where you had to run through the circular things, and the Fire Dungeon was actually pretty genius too, and so was the I'm not gonna be able to choose just one, am I? Dragon Roost Island was good too. Oh my god, it's double-sided. It's double-sided! Do you like comic book movies? If so, which one is your favorite? I love comic book movies. I mean, DC's got some great ones, but I'm still a Marvel fan through and through. For their films, at least. I don't really read comic books much, but definitely have to go with Winter Soldier or Spider-Man 2. What is the most disappointing game you've ever played? Star Wars Battlefront for sure, the one by EA. The first 2 were great. I was a huge fan of both of them for a long time. And then that one came around, I was so hyped for it, and I didn't really realize from the trailers and stuff how bad it was actually going to be. It was really fun for the first 2 hours, but it just got so boring and repetitive. Hey, that also applies to No Man's Sky. Am I relevant now? Are you hyped for Twilight Princess HD? This really was 7 months ago, the last episode. Oh my god. Do you ever play mobile games? I only play a few right now. I have the clickers, those things that I'll put on like every now and then, True Skate, stuff like that I'll just like mess around with whenever I'm bored. But the one game that I actually like I'm playing through right now is called FIE Swordplay. It's a really good fencing app, and it really does capture that feeling of actual fencing when you're behind the suit and you're fencing. It does really capture the feeling well. It's not an action-packed sword fighting game. It captures the feeling of fencing really well. And you're gonna have to get through the first 15 minutes because it gets boring until you get into the real missions. What's your favorite feature of Terraria? Just the randomness in Terraria is awesome. I mean, I remember the first time I was playing on a server and I was like, oh, Seeds of Corruption, I wonder what this does, and it turned a huge portion of the world into this just wasteland. It was awesome, and I didn't know anything going into my first time playing Terraria, so that was pretty cool though. That was pretty cool. That was a while ago. That was years ago. Whew. What is your least favorite Fire Emblem game? I have to say Thracia 776. I don't know if it's just sheer utter difficulty or the original NES Fire Emblem because of how clunky it is. Which Fire Emblem had your least favorite experiences aside from Fire Emblem Fates, if it is going to be Fire Emblem Fates? All of Fates would not be my answer. Conquest was great, and so far Revelations it's easy, but it's still pretty fun. Birthright would be my answer though, but aside from Birthright, because you've requested aside from all Fates games, I'd have to say Thracia or Sword of Seals because... Have you ever watched the masterpiece Japanese animation Cowboy Bebop? No? What is our purpose as a species? Have you ever made a game? Oh man, so many times. So many games that I've made that are so terrible. I remember back in 2009, I was like, oh, I made a handful of games before this that were terrible. I was like, oh, Game Maker, I'm experiencing it now. I'm gonna make a full-fledged Star Wars Phantom Menace game. Here we go. And I'm pretty sure I still have it on my old computer, but it was really bad. It was really bad. And right now I'm actually making an RPG in RPG Maker for fun. It uses all the assets in it, so it's nothing special. But I'm just doing that for fun. But back in 2013 or 14, I want to say 13. Yeah, it was 13. I was making, and even advertised it on my YouTube channel a ton, called Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm pretty sure that's what I called it. And it was going to be like this fighting game, like Street Fighter, but with Fire Emblem characters, and it was going to be really cool, really sick. It had Final Destination in it for some reason. And I had character trailers like it was Smash Brothers, where like the characters would come in and they'd be like, oh, here's my moves, and be like, da 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 da, blank joined the battle. And I went on a whole advertising spree up until the Mewtwo trailer. That's when I started privating all the videos. And I was even going to have Cloud appear in it as like a third-party character before I knew who Cloud really was. Like, I knew he was this dude from Final Fantasy. That's all I knew about him. I was like, I found a sprite sheet royalty free, so I'll just put Cloud in, make it really cool, and oh man, if you're interested, here's a quick clip. What about anime, Roy? How do you feel about it? I respect it. I really do. I understand that there are some great stories that people love on the internet. A lot of people I know, well, pretty much everyone on the internet was like, loves anime. For me personally, I'm never gonna watch it. I don't have any interest in it, you know. And I just don't find it I don't find it appealing for me personally, but I understand the appeal, if that makes any sense. I understand it and I respect it, but for me, it's not for me. If you've played No Man's Sky, did you enjoy it, and do you feel that the hate is justified? I myself have not played No Man's Sky. I was so hyped for it though. I'm a huge, whenever I play PC games, usually open world or sandbox games, you know, and that's what it all started with Minecraft for that. I play games like Terraria. I thought Eden Star was going to be an open world game, and I buy a crap ton of those indie games on Steam, and I'm always like, oh, this one's going to totally get updated to past the alpha version. So for No Man's Sky, I was so excited because it was like an infinite universe with planets and dinosaurs and oh my. And after, the only thing that kept me from buying it right away was I was in the middle of my Birthright and Conquest review. And I was like, Roy, do not buy No Man's Sky just yet. We're going to wait a week, we're going to finish this review, then we're going to buy it. And then after the week, I saw the reviews come in, and I do not want an empty. Like, if you like it, that's fine, more power to you. But for me personally, I like a lot of action in my games, you know, like I like fighting, I like combat, I like also being able to change the world, if that makes any sense. Like I like building, I like terraforming, I like that stuff, you know. And so when I found out No Man's Sky didn't have any of that, no multiplayer either, I was just like, it's not worth it for me anymore. I'll buy No Man's Sky for sure if the price drops below 60, but for me right now, I've really got to prioritize what I'm going to spend money on. So I just, as for the hate being justified, I think people really need to understand that when you are criticizing a game, separate the hype from the game itself. So don't say, don't get mad at the game for being overhyped. And yes, the marketing campaign was extremely vague. I don't know if it was malicious. I don't know if the marketing, like if the marketing was vaguely malicious on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So if it, but let's just assume, let's give it the benefit of the doubt that they were just trying to be vague for the sake of being vague. And if I were to review it, I'm not gonna say like, oh, this game was so hyped, but it's not at all what we expected, therefore it's not a good game. Like, I feel like a lot of people need to really separate those two things in their minds when they're criticizing a game. Do you play any non-Nintendo games or games on non-Nintendo systems? I have a PlayStation 3, I have a Dreamcast, I have a, no, yeah, that's it, I'm pretty sure. I think that's all the non-Nintendo consoles I have. iPhone? I also have a PC, which I play a lot of PC games. A lot of people don't know that about me. But they're mostly, as I said earlier, sandbox, building, Overwatch, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, those, and on PS3 I'll play games like Little Big Planet, Journey, which was so worth it. No, yeah, so that's pretty much the non-Nintendo games that I play. What was your first console you've ever played? N64, baby. Woo! Thoughts on spicy memes? Man, they are the dankest of memes. What am I doing with my life? What are your thoughts on the NES Classic Edition? It's honestly, from a marketing standpoint, it's a great idea. The sales are gonna go through the roof because we're Nintendo fans. It's what Nintendo fans do. Even people who aren't current Nintendo fans but want to play Nintendo, we're gonna eat this up. I mean, we don't need to play Zelda, Mario 3, Mario 1, Zelda 2 again for the 10th time, but we will because it's a mini NES. Nintendo knows this, they're just capitalizing on it. And we could use emulators, but again, it's a mini NES, baby. I'm gonna buy it. Who am I kidding? Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine? I talked about this a bit in my top 10 favorite video games video. Mario Sunshine, I think, is the best 3D Mario game. Yeah, I'm serious. Stop laughing at me, man. What? What do you think the channel will look like in 5 years, and how do you think YouTube will look in that time? As for my channel, it's all gonna be pranks all the time, Prank City, Gone Wrong. As for YouTube, it's all gonna be reaction channels, but there's no content on YouTube except for reaction videos. So it's a paradox, really, because it's like, how are the reaction videos gonna react to anything if no reaction videos to react to the reactions of the reaction channels, the reactors to the reaction channels. React. And it's all owned by the Fine Brothers. No, seriously, in 5 years, I honestly have no idea what's gonna be happening with me, my channel, or anything like that. Hopefully still making content, hopefully stuff that you guys will still be around for, and hopefully I'll have hit that 5,000 subscriber mark by then. As for YouTube itself, I have no idea, but we will all be heroes. We will all be at the top floor, and we will all be mass flagging every video that offends us. So, yeah. What is your favorite boss battle ever? For sure, the squid battle in Mario Sunshine, or the Ganondorf battle at the end of Wind Waker. Why do you like Roy so much? I honestly don't know, man. I grew up playing Melee. Definitely one of the first games I played with Ocarina of Time. And I just never really put it down, you know, like it's just one of those games that I always remember playing from time to time. I always played Roy. I always thought Roy was really cool. I was like, oh, he's a counterpart to Marth. So I played a lot of Roy, and then when it came time for me to make an online alias for, I forget which account it was either an email or a game account, I wanted to make a name that I would use for the rest of my life. And I'm not going to use Roy 140 for the rest of my life. In fact, I'm thinking about a name change, but that's a whole other video. I was like, I'll just be Roy Boy. It was taken, so I was like, I'll just be Roy Boy. I honestly don't know how I came up with the numbers. I think I just like the way it sounded in 140. Eventually I switched to 150, but that's a whole other story. But right now, all you need to know, Roy Boy 140.
Oh my god, what a loser!
Oh yeah? Shut your dirty robot mouth, alright? Nuh-uh.
No.
You want me to grab some rust repellent? Because I will grab some rust repellent so fast.
I'm sorry. No.
What did you say to me? What did you just say to me? What did you just... Nope. I'm sorry. When is science with Roy Boy? I've been waiting for over a year. I actually planned for a Science with Roy Boy video to be my April Fool's video this past year. But time constraints, couldn't do it. It was gonna be garbage. So I decided I'd do it right after my Birthright and Conquest review. It'd be like filler between end of August and beginning of September. But I couldn't think of any ideas. And time constraints. And I wanted to do Twilight Princess right after Birthright and Conquest. So it's gonna happen soon. Cross your fingers. Be optimistic, but by soon, I said that Donkey Kong 64 would be happening soon, over 2 years ago, and I'm still working on that video, and it will come in the year 2024. So, are you secretly Roy from Fire Emblem?
That's not Roy.
Why is the sky blue? I don't know. Why is the sky blue? If space is dark and nothingness, why is the sky blue? If it's a reflection of Earth, that's not possible because parts of the sky would be green. Oh my god. Why is the sky blue? Why is the sky? Unless it only reflects a majority of the Earth. As we all know, a majority of the Earth is water. Because, you know, too much water, 7 out of 10. But that's not the point. The point is, if it reflects the image of Earth back to Earth, maybe it's telling us to reflect upon ourselves, looking deep inside to find that our deepest, darkest fears are only things that we can fix on our own, that we need to work our hardest at to fix and get rid of. The things that we fear are nothing more than our own brains rationalizing absolutely every reason we fail. That's the reason for our existence. Oh, I had you there for a second. No, I didn't. What's your favorite color? Purple. How'd you get your name? As I said earlier, I was making an account with an email for a Minecraft account, and I was like, oh, I want to keep this alias forever. I'll name Roy Boy, and you guys know the rest of the story. You were here for a minute ago. Like, what is this? The Flash? I'm not gonna have flashbacks every 5 seconds to keep you guys spoiled on what's coming next. Like, oh, this character's back. I wonder if they're gonna come back later on in the episode because they showed him earlier in the previously ons. Jeez. Don't worry, I'm not owned by the CW yet. Have you ever played the Zelda CDI games? No, I haven't. I also don't know how to end this answer Squatala. We're off. What's your favorite question you've been asked on Roy Responds so far? This one. Opinions on anime and why you feel the way you do? Yes, I'm going there.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand. They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.